A plane crash killed America's most decorated soldier in 1971. That's not the mystery. Audie Murphy lied for 26 years. His family slept in the house while he lived in his garage. Every night, he slept with a loaded pistol. Nobody noticed his $3 million gaming loss. The government probed him. His widow demanded $10 million. How he died isn't important. This is why the man who killed 241 enemy soldiers feared sleeping in his bed. Born in Kingston, Texas, on June 20th, 1925, to a struggling family. Seventh of 12 children, Audie Murphy. Dad disappeared more than he provided. He appeared and vanished. This forced 12-year-old Audie to become the house's man. After leaving 5th grade, he picked cotton for $1 a day. Around $23 today. That little money fed a big family. No one else could do it, but a child had no life. That it changed him forever. Josie, Audie's mother, died of pneumonia and heart problems in 1941, when he was 16, just 50. After that, his 3 youngest siblings were orphaned. Only Audie was left. Lost, he never recovered. He claimed she took something of mine. I've been looking for it. He carried that emptiness. He filled it the only way he knew, by risking it. Before the army gave him a weapon, he had learned to survive. His hunger taught him to shoot. Few bullets meant every shot counted. If he missed, siblings didn't eat. Slingshot and borrowed gun, he hunted rabbits and squirrels. A neighbor stated Audie never missed. That tight aim became the one thing he could control in his life. Later, same talent made him a World War II deadly soldier. He defeated 240 enemy warriors at war's end. His first attempt to enlist was rejected. Too thin, too tiny. Only 5 feet 5 and 112 pounds, he was short. He was rejected by the Marines, Navy, and Army for combat. They tried sending him to cooking school. Audie wouldn't fry eggs while fighting. His sister helped him fabricate a birth certificate to age. The Army conceded. Joined June 30th, 1942. Only 17. He had something to shoot towards and release his years of agony in the conflict. He killed his first in Sicily in July 1943. 2 horseback Italian officers fled. 2 clean shots from Audie dropped both. His age was 18. That week, he caught malaria but fought. Throughout the battle, the sickness returned. He never stayed in the hospital long. Returned to the front. He entered hell in Anzio, Italy, in early 1944. An abattoir was built on the beachhead. The thousands died. Audie dubbed it a refuge to escape the rule of averages. Your number would arrive soon. He alone went beneath enemy fire to kill a German tank with rifle grenades on March 2nd. That won him a Bronze Star. It showed something deeper than medals. He was no longer terrified, but the loss of his best friend, Laddie Tipton, deeply saddened him. In France, they fought alongside a vineyard. 2 Germans flying white flags. Appearing to give up. He stepped up. He was shot instantly. A part of Audie broke. He stormed the German position alone, grabbed their machine gun, killed 6, wounded 2, and captured the remainder. His gunfire continued until no one moved. Later, he wrote, "I still fire when they're alive." Not simply revenge. It combined anguish, wrath, and survival. Audie evolved as the fighting continued. As others wore down, he sharpened. Bullets no longer scared him. The police said he could assess danger better than anyone. His soldiers revered and feared him. He hardly spoke or received mail. He was no longer a soldier. He transformed. Anything cooler. When the Army offered him an officership, he declined because he didn't want to leave his men. Even a promotion was denied because he didn't want to drill his fatigued troops. Back came malaria. 3 times, in Sicily, Naples. In March 1944, he was hospitalized. Despite this, he continued fighting. On May 8, 1944, he and 60 Company B members got the Combat Infantryman Badge. Honor was given to the worst hit. For Audie, no insignia could atone for the war's damage. On January 26, 1945, 19-year-old soldier Audie Murphy fought death for his countrymen near Holtvire, France. His Company B nearly collapsed. The day before, 102 of 120 soldiers died. All that remained were 18. In front of them were 6 German tanks and 250 enemy men. Ice covered the ground. Even trenches were impossible. Nothing to conceal, no backup, no hope. Murphy persisted. It was then when everything should have ended. The M10 tank destroyer next to Murphy was struck by a German round, burst into flames. The crew left. Fast-growing fire. Murphy climbed on it, whereas reasonable people would have run. He grabbed the tank's .50 caliber machine gun and fired with fire under his boots. He persisted. 3 German sides fired. Bullets fell. Murphy remained. His leg was shrapnel. Fired repeatedly. While calling in artillery strikes using a field radio, he operated the machine gun. He fought alone for 60 minutes, directing bombs, killing enemy soldiers, and watching them reach within 10 yards before firing. Private Anthony Abrams' guy, one of his guys, gawked. He added, "I anticipated the tank destroyer to explode under him any minute." Never did. Murphy reportedly killed or wounded 50 German soldiers before the smoke cleared. He nearly thwarted an enemy attack alone. After losing infantry backup, tanks retreated. Men in his employ were stunned. They assumed he died. Instead, they observed a non-human entity. Murphy was fatigued, bloody, and wounded. After his men advanced to complete the fight, he joined them from the front. "This was the biggest show of guts and courage I've ever witnessed," Abrams Kai said. By age 21, Audie Murphy had accomplished something unprecedented in American history. He received 33 U.S. military medals. World War II, not forever. He received all Battle Valor Awards at the time. The Distinguished Service Cross, Medal of Honor, 2 silver and bronze stars, and 3 Purple Hearts. The Legion of Merit was his. That's not including campaign ribbons with numerous combat stars, or French and Belgian awards. His French title was Legion of Honor Chevalier. They awarded him 2 Croix de Guerre. His Croix de Guerre, 1940 palm from Belgium, was never displayed. He donated many. The Dallas Museum houses the replacements. One number followed him forever, 241. The U.S. Army credited Murphy with killing that many enemy soldiers. Others estimate more. Up to 250, including artillery victims, were summoned in. But Murphy wouldn't discuss it. He told a reporter, "I don't know how they know," when asked how they got the number. "Didn't count. I'm not curious." Another person asked him how it felt to kill so many people. He said he didn't care. Infantry didn't treat feeling well. He didn't brag. It burdened him. He said, "The only thing I felt good at was war, which is dreadful." Life's July 16th cover featuring him changed everything. That 1945 snapshot of a freckled 21-year-old Texan made him famous. On the July 1945 Life cover, James Cagney recognized more than a combat hero in Audie Murphy. Potential was seen. The photo of Murphy as the most decorated soldier touched Cagney. He lured Murphy to Hollywood, signed him to his production business, and promised another film career. Everything fell apart rapidly. Even though they signed Murphy, the Cagney brothers never used him. The 1947 breakup ended their deal. While trapped in Hollywood, Murphy resided at Terry Hunt's Sports Club. Felt out of place. He called the film industry plastic and unreal, unlike the war. In 1948, progress began. For $500 or $7,000 today, he bought a small part in Texas, Brooklyn, and heaven. Though unglamorous, that role was the start. Over 20 years, Murphy appeared in over 40 films and 1 TV series. Behind the scenes, he was miserable. He doubted his abilities. Before his death, he informed a San Antonio reporter he had one acting hang-up. "My talent was 0. His words were truthful. Told directors that. "People know I did the same film 20 times. It was simple yet bad." His words slashed Hollywood glitz. Murphy didn't chase celebrity. He lived. Hell and Back followed. That film defined him forever. Based on his memoirs, it was released in 1955. Murphy refused self-play. He felt people would believe he was using his war past. Even Tony Curtis was suggested for lead. Nobody else could do it right. Process nearly broke him. Director Jesse Hibbs observed a strong disparity. Western Murphy obeyed. This film made him obsessive about every aspect. He instructed painters to paint craters as if bombed. He examined every soldier's uniforms. Since he'd seen explosions in real life, he advised the special effects team on their appearance. He still disliked Hollywood's cleanup. The rain brought back memories of Anzio. The screen showed sunshine. That discrepancy ate at him since the film showed the Colmar pocket as clean and uncomplicated, even though it had been fought in snow and mud. Public liked it. Universal Studios' top-grossing film was To Hell and Back. It retained that title for 20 years until Jaws in 1975. No romance or spectacular love story. A single man's war made millions. Murphy broke down as the box office soared. Nightmares he believed he had fled in Europe returned. Later, historian Max Hastings dubbed Murphy an epic psychological wreck. Reenacting those struggles for a movie didn't help. His scars deepened. The movie immortalized him, but also made him live a false life. It was Hollywood's, not his. His tale continues. Murphy composed music secretly. He wrote 18 country songs with Scott Turner from 1962 to 1970. In 1962, Murphy's Ranch produced Shutters and Boards, their biggest hit. It was about heartbreak and abandonment. This song stung. Almost 60 singers in various languages recorded it. Big names. Jimmy Dean, Dean Martin, Porter Wagoner. Silence spawned another song. Murphy said, "When the wind blows in Chicago," after hearing it roar outside his California home. Dean Martin and Eddie Arnold covered the ballad. His rhyme and rhythm were natural. He reproduced one of his wartime poems in his biography, crediting a fake soldier named Kerrigan. A war hero, movie star, and American hero, Audie Murphy. But behind the cameras and medals, he suffered anguish, addiction, and emotional upheaval not seen by most. He married rising star Wanda Hendricks in 1949. At 21, she was hopeful and had fallen for Murphy on a magazine cover. He wasn't merely a hero she married. Damaged soul. Murphy wasn't safe at home. He relived violence. Unable to rest. Lost in battle memories, he sometimes held Wanda at gunpoint. The press depicted an ideal couple. The headlines named her his little Hendrix honey. Reality was terrifying. He asked her to leave Hollywood for Texas. His paranoia and mood swings made even a routine day hard. "I turned to kiss him, but he was gone," she added. His replacement was a stranger. She fled 7 months after their wedding. Mental harshness prompted her divorce in April 1950. 1 year later, it was completed. Murphy married Army nurse-turned-airline stewardess Pamela Archer later that year. He thought she'd understand. Had 2 sons. Terry 1952, Skipper 1954. Things looked better, but a different storm was coming. Pamela got preoccupied with God. She set moral standards and made their home a place of fear and judgment. She issued a harsh ultimatum to Murphy after their second son was born. Stay married, yet live separately. Emotionally detached, but legally bound. Though he still had to pay the bills and be a father, he felt weird in his own home, trying to shield his sons. He wanted to shield them from Pamela's extremism. But the war had exhausted him. Sleeplessness, nightmares, and mood swings plagued him. He slept with a pistol under his pillow. He was always afraid. He tried to be a decent dad, but his emotional numbness prevented it. He said they were his joy in interviews. He said he'd be happy as a hermit without Pam and the boys. But those warm moments were brief. His trauma persisted. By the late 1960s, Murphy was fed up. He changed his mind about divorcing Pamela for his sons. They might suffer if he left. So he stayed in the garage. It became his secret home. Strangers assumed the family was complete. But Murphy was exiled within that house. In 1971, he said, "People didn't realize I lived in the garage." Despite his best efforts, he was a ghost to his kids. He spoke to divorce lawyers before dying. But time expired. Not alone did Murphy's inner problems damage his home life. Additionally, they devastated his finances. His gambling destroyed him. The anticipated $3 million loss today is almost $20 million. It wasn't relaxed. He staked 5 or 6 digits. He pursued that sensation, possibly seeking to revive fight adrenaline. To avoid misleading youthful admirers, he didn't push alcohol or smokes. He was losing everything to an uncontrollable obsession behind closed doors. Not only mental PTSD, he developed a terrible sleeping medication addiction. He took a medication to stop the dreams. 2 years after the war, he started taking drugs. He spent a week in a hotel room alone in the mid-1960s to quit his addiction. He sweated, shook, and even hallucinated to escape it. It nearly killed him, but he was anxious to take control. Fear persisted. Every night, he slept with a loaded .45 handgun under his pillow. Western legend Gary Cooper gave it. A keepsake wasn't what Murphy saw. It shielded. With it pointing at her face, his first wife woke up. Despite hotel accommodations, he continued. Nowhere felt secure. He believed the battle never ended. In 1968, Audie Murphy's film career collapsed. He was a Hollywood superstar a few years before. His film salary was $100,000, but now he was offered only $20,000. He was desperate, so producers cut their bids. They ignored America's most decorated combat hero. A star faded before them. Murphy shunned easy money. He rejected down large agreements from spirits and tobacco businesses. He said he couldn't hurt the kids. His values trumped money. His 1961 TV show Whispering Smith failed. The phone stopped ringing in the late 60s. He ran his producing company from a hotel basement. His final film, A Time for Dying, was delayed in the U.S. until 1982, 11 years after his death, due to financial issues. Murphy said it felt like being an older prostitute. He watched his dignity erode. Worse happened. Murphy sought risky business partnerships to survive. Nearly all his money, $260,000, went into an Algerian oil enterprise in 1967. After the Six-Day War, the investment was gone overnight. It crushed him. He sought any debt reduction opportunity by 1971. He sold Bob Hope his cherished ranch. Money ran out. He made repeated calls begging for life-saving deals. To be with his sons, he lived in a garage away from his wife. Once a Nazi fighter, he now faced creditors, bills, and ruin. On top of that, the government went after him. Unpaid taxes prompted an IRS inquiry. Murphy had to reveal his debt when he declared bankruptcy in 1968. It shamed me. The same administration that had given him 28 medals demanded money. It was like battlefield death, he remarked. This was a final blow after the oil loss, movie career failure, and investment failure. No break. Murphy's pal estimates he lost $3 million gambling over the years. That accumulated up. He was sinking, desperate, and out of time. He persisted. For business in Virginia, he took a twin-engine Aero Commander 680 Super on May 28, 1971. Traveling with 5 colleagues, he sought a new deal. It took off from Atlanta's DeKalb Peachtree Airport. Less than 2 hours were promised. Despite bad weather, they continued. Flight plans were absent. We didn't expect trouble. Trouble came swiftly. Pilot Herman Lavelle Butler appeared good. 8,000 hours flying. But there was catch. In that plane, he had 6 hours. Worse, nobody instrument rated him. That prohibited him from flying in clouds, rain, or fog. His way was unknown. They flew into that. The weather killed. Fog thick. Mountains with clouds. Visibility? 3 miles. Blue Ridge Mountains were concealed. Butler tried piloting by side under instrument training settings. It wasn't his, but he continued. He even tried to land on a roadway near Galex, Virginia. Circling 150 feet above the ground, the plane dodged trees. So it turned west, straight into the mountains. The plane hit Brush Mountain 2,700 feet above at 12:08 p.m. Very violent crash. Everyone on board died instantaneously. Body of Murphy thrown uphill from wreckage. Burn crash scene. It took 3 days to locate. No flight plan had been recorded, so search planes were hindered by bad weather and no one knew where to look. Searches involved 31 planes. When recovered, the wreckage was 4 miles up difficult mountain terrain. The NTSB reported a year later. Butler flew visually when the weather required instrument guidance. His plane's skills and experience were lacking, not helping that Butler had crashed a jet the year prior. Due to fuel shortages, both engines failed in March 1970. In another attempt, he failed to land on a freeway. That should have been a massive red sign, but he flew again. After the crash, conspiracies exploded. Some claimed sabotage. Others claimed Murphy was slain by the government to silence him. He advocated for veterans' rights in his abuse. None of the theories worked. Evidence of pilot error. Bad decision. Avoidable disaster. Murphy's clan moved. Pamela, the pilot's widow, sued 13 persons, Colorado Aviation, and others for $10 million. A jury awarded the family $2.5 million after 4 years. Consider $14.6 million now. Court found Colorado Aviation negligent. In risky situations, they let an unqualified pilot fly a complex aircraft. Lawsuit ended all conspiracy ideas. Fault would have been revealed during trial. But no, only failure and loss. On June 7, 1971, Arlington National Cemetery interred Murphy. He requested no golden headstone or special care, the standard white marker every soldier receives. And he got it. Thousands visit his cemetery annually. The cemetery had to build a path around the tree that shaded his grave because so many people came. Medal of Honor, Distinguished Service Cross, 2 silver stars, and 3 purple hearts are on his headstone. The family refused the cemetery's gold leaf enhancement to honor his position. He wouldn't want that.